Okay, Aaron, I was just going to shoot a quick video to update you. I'm sorry it's taking me so long. I've been gone on vacation and all that stuff, and just been trying to tinker around in my spare time. Anyway, this is the new boot. So that's the boot that was broken before. The old boot, which I still have, it had a crack in it down in here, so it was just sucking air. Remember, the carburetor is here, and then beyond the carburetor, right, is the air cleaner. So the valves, although they look pretty bad, you can see there, that's definitely one of the, you know, I guess the worst I've seen. But I mean, it's ATV and you're going through all kind of stuff. There's a lot of pitting on this intake valve, but I don't see any, the main thing is around the edges here. Let's see if I can show you. I don't see any, real big, right here a little bit, but I'll do a water test and basically put some water in this little cup and turn it upside down and make sure that no water comes out. Anyway, things are supposed to look kind of bad in here. I mean, there's a bunch of explosions happening, hundreds and thousands of times a second. So anyway, the interesting thing is, if you look right up here, see if I can get this light just right. Remember, I sent you a text message that I couldn't get the spark plug in. Well, here's a spark plug hole on the inside here, and you can see this metal sticking out here. So what that tells me, this is a helicoil. So what that tells me is someone had stripped this hole before and then bored it out, with a drill, and then put this helicoil in here. It's basically a thread you put in here, and then you can thread things in. And that's cool. I've even done that before myself. I've made the rookie mistake of putting my spark plug in wrong, and sorry about that. It's my mother-in-law coming in here. And anyway, long story short, the thing that's weird here is that's the wrong helicoil. It's the wrong pitch. So most, if not all, spark plugs have a pitch of 0.25, 1.25. So this is a pitch gauge, and then I can put that. I can't hold this right, but that would fit right in there, and this is the right pitch. I mean, this tells you the pitch of this particular spark plug. And if you look in there, I mean, I could tell right away that it's the wrong pitch, and obviously this doesn't fit in the grooves at all, this pitch gauge, because it's the wrong pitch. So that helicoil is the wrong one that goes in there. So what I'm going to do to not make too much time. Also, this big piece of metal sticking out is a big no-no. If that breaks off, that'll destroy your engine. So I'll shave that off. We'll shave it even with the head, the top of the head up here. And what I'll do, I have managed to get the right particular spark plug in your head, which is this one right here, and you can see, even though I went real straight and everything, where is it? It cross-threaded. Now I did that on purpose. As soon as I found out you had a helicoil in there, I pretty much knew that it was the wrong helicoil, and we're not damaging the original head. If anything, I'm going to damage the helicoil in there. So what I wanted to find out is, could we save time and money by just throwing the spark plug, the new one? Your old one's pretty beat up, and that could cause, it's a resistor style, so these are, the R styles are resistor style, and those tend to go, have a shorter lifespan than the non-resistor style, where they have a resistor on the spark plug wire. Anyway, so I stuck it in there. I knew I wasn't going to mess anything up on the head because it's already been messed up. and I just wanted to see if I could get it down far enough without, you know, too much effort and get it seated, and I was able to do that. Of course, it cross-threaded the softer metal on here, but as long as I could shave all this cross metal out and make sure it didn't fall into the head, I'm good with that. I hope you're good with it too. For, you know, where this ATV is in its life, I don't think there's any need to bore that out and put the right one in. If we get this spark plug in good, which I did, that'll probably last the rest of the life of this ATV. Anyway, I'm gonna check your piston. I just need to take off this jug here and check your piston. It looks okay. Of course, you know, physically it looks intact and everything. I know cosmetically it looks bad, but I'll check the rings. I'm suspecting that they're okay, and I think if we can, if I can get this thing back together and put some fresh good oil in it, and have you make sure and always keep fresh good oil in it, it'll probably last a while. Now, I haven't checked anything else mechanically. I know you said there was something going on in the rear end. I haven't checked any of that. It's obvious your brakes are all shot. Your front brakes are completely gone, so we'll probably need a kit for this. The back brakes, I mean, they're sticking. That's going to be, you know, I'm sure under there is a big mess of, which mud is destroyed and water and things like that. I don't know how those bearings are, but I'm trying to add these things up in my head to see how much, you know, parts will be, and it quickly started adding up if we're going to do a new piston and rings and wrist pin and cam. The cam chain looks okay. You can see it on this side. It doesn't look damaged. I looked through the whole cam and everything looks okay. Your cam sprocket, which is right there, looks, you know, in good condition also. So the missing that you were experiencing is definitely not, if it skips a tooth or something, you'll definitely see something scratched up in here, or the cam chain will be damaged. Something will be wrong. So the missing that you were experiencing, in my opinion, was you know, either some bad gas, the intake boot, obviously, the carburetor. I cleaned that out. It didn't look too bad. It was very, very, very dirty, but the jets themselves, I could see light through them. So I'm suspecting that it was that intake boot. Now, of course, how long it's been like that, I don't know. How much dirt it's sucked in. It's really hard to you know, I mean, dirt that gets in between you know, your rings and your piston does a lot of damage. But as long as it's intact and we can really flush it out and get some new oil in there and really clean it up on the inside, and maybe even flush it, you know, run it with some oil, heat it up, flush it, put some good AMSOIL in there, and it'll probably be okay. Obviously the battery's gone. I couldn't even charge it up. I put acid in it and tried to charge it up. It didn't work. So anyway, I'll give you a parts list. Maybe you want this pull string, and anyway, I'm hoping for the best. I'm hoping that I put it all together and it's going to run pretty good. It should, because there's no major things that I've seen. You know, there's no cracked valves, or there's no obvious openings in here. The only thing is this guy right here, and anyway, I think that's it.